They'll be able to see your
hear
thoughts.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be able to taste your brain. That's how into us this technology is going to get. Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob.
Let me tell you about my butt.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Like, this is something really strange has happened to me, and I need to discuss it.
To your anus?
No, not my butt hole. Like my glutes, my buttocks.
Okay, so your whole butt, not your
Yes.
butthole. Got it.
You know, I would have said hole. If
Yeah. Like, let me tell you about my butthole.
That's
It would
a
have been
whole different thing.
Yeah. Did you make yourself laugh? Look at you. Look at you. Hopefully that
Whole- it's a
resonates with
whole
somebody.
different-
Yeah, I got
yeah,
it. Whole.
yeah.
Okay. Why don't you tell me the whole story? And we expect to make money doing this. We really do.
I know.
Like halfway through this,
I can't believe anybody.
we're going to be begging people. Be like, please go to Patreon and give us money so we can talk about
We're
buttholes.
just rambling about
And
butthole.
Just
I can't breathe.
all the gross things that 15-year-olds would talk about, you know? But I don't think 15-year-olds do it anymore. I think they're just on their phones.
They're too busy. They might text each other
Instagramming
about it.
and tweeter facing, whatever it is they're doing, these young kids.
So anyway, I've lost a lot of weight.
Zork fell over there. You pick him back up. Perfect. Thank you.
He hit my arm too.
Yeah.
He's so
Is
violent.
this too cluttered for you?
It is.
It's cluttered.
It's driving me nuts.
Okay. This is why all the stuff's on the table.
Like, so close to me, I have a Ghostbuster, Jabba the Hutt, a Stormtrooper on a speeder bike, a Batmobile, a Mario Castle, Thanos, and then Zurg just attacked me.
Like you left
It's
off
too
like the most
much.
important things. Like that's crazy.
They weren't as close to me, though.
Yeah,
I
I
said the
guess.
things close to me.
I told you I was going to come up here and set up. And like I moved something around on the table and I was like, I'd like it if that was on the table while we record. And 15 minutes
I
later,
like how you put
it's a junkyard.
all your toys on the podcast table, and they're all
Doesn't it make it fun?
they're all facing
Yeah,
you,
and it's like my little personal little crowd of enjoyment.
and
Just
they all
look at
have their
'em.
backs turned to me. Look,
Yeah, because
they have their back. I have Slimer.
I'm the star, Katie. You do
I have
Slimer.
Slimer.
Okay. Who do you want? Okay. How about Death? Do you want me to have Death face you?
Yes.
I can take her face off. Watch
No,
this.
leave her face on because
There it goes.
she'd be scary.
Do you think Death purrs?
So let me tell you about my butt.
We're not going to talk about that.
Totally
then?
off.
Okay,
I'm not joining you there.
All right. Let's go. Let's talk about your butt.
So I've lost a lot of weight, and what happened at first is I know how you got a tiny butt, and you would always complain that like, your butt hurt.
When you say that I have a tiny butt, can you not say it so like
But it's a cute little tiny.
with such pity in your voice? You're like, oh, you've got a tiny butt.
Well, in this case, it is
It's
because
okay.
you used to.
Behind me, I don't even see it.
You would always complain that your butt would hurt if you were like sitting down for a long period of time, and
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
when you sit on a bone for a long time, it begins.
I
to
honestly just thought you were really whiny.
hurt. I am whiny.
I'm not even kidding. I was like, oh my God, he's ridiculous. So I started to lose weight, and I lost some of my cushion.
I've noticed.
And I noticed one day I was sitting in one of the kitchen chairs, which are, they're hard. And I was like, oh my God, my butt hurts. And I was like, this is it. He wasn't lying all those years.
No. Because I got just like a little bit of skin, like I got like a skin flap with a hole, and I just sit on a bone. There's no cushion in there at all. It's abnormally small. It's very weird. I'm a large person, so it makes it look even more off. How did this switch to me? Let's talk about your butt again.
That was all you.
Okay.
So anyway, so I started to lose some of my cushion, and it was uncomfortable. But then I've been doing a lot of lower body workouts, weightlifting and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of booty exercises. Well, it just so happens I'm getting some muscles back there. So it feels different again now when I sit down. It's like I can feel my butt muscles when I sit down. Almost like when you sit down and you have your phone or something.
Yeah.
Or I guess
like,
for guys,
this
like
ain't right.
wallet. And I sat down the other day and I was like, I checked my pocket because I thought I had something in my pocket. And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh my gosh,
And you know
massive glutes.
You know how you realize this, right? You never leave the house. So here at the house, whenever you sit down, for the most part, except for the kitchen chairs, it's, a couch, a recliner.
When it's familiar to my butt.
You know, it's all things that are soft. And I took you out in the world this weekend and made you sit on things like a bench. And you're like, oh, wow, this is different.
I wonder if that leaves people wondering, what did he do? Drag her around a public park? And you're like, I made you go sit on a bench.
We don't have to tell them everything. They don't have to know where we went this weekend. They don't have to know that.
But anyway, so it's been strange to feel the difference when I sit down in my butt, like just over the last few months or so. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn by any means. I'm still fat. So, but whatever. My butt feels different when I sit down, and I'm not used to it. Even now, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, it's uncomfortable. I'm going to have to get me some implants now to give me some cushion.
I wish I could tell you get used to it, but you don't. I've been dealing with tiny butt syndrome since I was a wee little lad. We're
going to be old people with just butt cushions all over our house.
Yeah.
Be like, we can't sit down without our butts hurting.
Yeah. That's why I just like a lot of times if I go to a stranger's house, I just lay on the floor. I just walk in, I just lay on the side like a fish. Because there's no comfortable couches for me anywhere. I don't sleep on my back either because I got no fat back there. Like I'm fat in the front. Like everything on the front part of my body sticks out with fatness. My back, like I don't have those like back roll things. I don't like it's.
You don't have back fat.
No, I don't. Which is weird because everything else is fat.
I mean, do you want back fat?
No, I don't want back fat. I just want to be symmetrical.
Because
sometimes,
take it from somebody who has back fat, you don't want it.
You're probably right. I don't even know what I was talking about.
I don't know, but I keep cracking myself up.
Oh, I don't lay on my back because there's nothing back there.
You just
uncomfortableness.
Around.
Yeah, that's why I gator roll. I'll be asleep and I guess I'll roll on my back. And then after a few minutes, I'm like, well, this is not comfortable at all. And then I flip back over. And here's the thing that you've always known and been a part of. I don't think you really know the cause. Whenever I'm asleep at night, have you ever felt me like roll over and it's violent?
No.
I just throw myself like in a circle.
You like flop.
Yeah.
You do like 180 flop.
It's because I'm sleeping and I'm large. So like trying to roll over in your sleep when you weigh twice as much as you should, it's not, it's not an easy and quick thing. So it's much more faster just to go and just throw it over, just shift everything to the left real quick and go with it. I've fallen off the bed doing that before, though. Hit my head on like
our
nightstand.
bed.
Yeah, yeah. I think
hilarious.
It's not hilarious. You must not have been here one night or something.
Where was I? I don't ever leave.
I don't know because I know that I was in the bed by myself and I did that flip thing and like
I missed
the mattress. So when I went off the bed, like the side of my head hit the nightstand because.
Good Lord.
I didn't get hurt. I don't know how I didn't get hurt, but I didn't get hurt.
I know it sounds very violent.
Yeah. Speaking of very violent, does eating seafood in public places scare you?
I don't really like seafood, so.
You like it to some degree. I know that you don't like seafood.
Like I'll eat some
We've been married for a long time.
If I drown it in cocktail sauce like that, would I be scared in that scenario?
Yeah. Are you scared of shrimp?
I can't say that I've ever been fearful while eating my popcorn shrimp and cocktail sauce.
I was coming home from work today, and
were you thinking about how scared you were of seafood?
Yeah, this is why. I'll get there though. I took that right by the light to get onto the main little strip there, and there's a section of land that I don't know who owns it, but whenever there's like storms and things like that, all these trucks come and they just park there. Like the trucks that work, for the utility companies and stuff. Well, there's like a trailer there now, like a trailer that you pull behind your truck, but it's set up to be like a food dispenser type of thing. And it's seafood. And I'm like, I don't know that I want to eat seafood.
Like, is this prepared food? Like cooked?
Yeah, you go up there and get a plate of food. Well,
Oh, like somebody's like doing like selling plates, like fried fish.
Yeah,
plates
but it's a legit business. You can look at it. It looks very nice. To be
so almost like a food truck, but miniaturized.
Right.
Okay.
Well, my first thought was, I don't think I want to eat seafood out of a trailer on the side of the road, and that's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it's not because that.
And there were people lined up.
That business owner may have perfectly safe food handling practices.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like one thing that you have to think about is maybe this trailer cost him, I don't know, 10 grand.
A kidney.
Right? But to like be in a building somewhere, you're talking about $1,000 a month, if not $2,000, $3,000 a month.
Well, I mean, just like the same concept with food.
Did you have a stroke?
I don't know.
What's a truck?
A food truck.
Where are you from?
Food truck. Get in the car.
But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, it's not just the trailer. I don't want to eat fish from anywhere but my own house. And almost to the point that if we were out somewhere, like at a seafood place, all I can think about is whether or not the food is rotten. To the point.
Is it just because it's seafood?
Yeah, just because it's seafood. Because this is why. Do you know what fish smells like?
It smells fishy.
Right? And what does bad fish smell like?
Really fishy.
You don't know. Nobody knows what bad fish smells like, and that scares me. It scares me. And if let's just say that one of these restaurants had some bad fish, or like bad shrimp or something, and you ate it, do you think, like, would you go, ooh, this is not good? Or would you go, oh, this has a weird flavor?
I mean, in reality, it could be anything.
Yes, it could just be.
It could be celery. Could be contaminated with something. You never know.
No, I'm just talking about how
but
I do that
realize
weird thing when I smell food.
To you, in your mind, you're like, there's way more chances.
Not that there's way more chances. It's just that the smell and taste, I don't think could change drastically enough for me to notice, and that scares me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is it kind of like the same thing? Like you won't drink milk if it's within a couple days of it expiring.
Oh yeah, no,
because it's too close.
Yeah, rotten milk smells like milk. So yeah, it's just it's an uncertainty that would bother me while I was eating.
You're the same way with bread. You're like, you'll smell some bread.
Oh, I can smell bread going bad.
You're like, this bread is bad. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. When the mold starts to grow just a little bit, I can smell it.
No, I'm talking about that thing you do where you sniff the bread and there ain't no mold on it. It's not hard. There's no sign. It's within the date. You'll be like, this bread's bad.
No, that there's no mold on it. There's no mold on it. You can see. There's no mold on it. You can see with your naked eyes. Do you think when mold starts growing, it just goes bread, boom, covered in purple? No, it doesn't. It starts tiny and works its way up.
I understand that. I'm just saying, I think your nose is a little more sensitive.
I can smell it happening. And if I can smell it happening, I'm not going to eat it. Because, when you eat a sandwich, do you know what you do with it? You stick it right to your nose and you take a bite, and I would smell it.
That is the sound of a controller going down the stairs.
I wonder if the mics pick that up. I'd be able to smell it every single bite, and it's just, at that point the food's not enjoyable anymore.
I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just saying it.
And I don't eat food.
It's like to survive. It's like your weird superpower. I eat it to live.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is. It's like your weird superpower that you have.
Yeah. You know what superpower I don't have? Staying young. I don't have that superpower at all. My body is literally starting to...
You and your faulty knees?
Fall apart. I don't know if I told you the full story of exactly what happened to my knee. Okay.
I think it went pretty much, you stood up and your knee was bad. And then we almost... so bad, we almost had to take you out to pasture and just push you out your misery.
So, all right.
Bob, stand up. Knee go pop. Bob, no good.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. In my job, my direct supervisor, my boss, isn't with me every day by any, stretch of the imagination. Like, a lot of times I'm on my own. Well, this one particular day, he was with me, And, when your boss comes, that's like that's your time to shine. That's, hey, look at everything I've been doing. All of this.
Leave him wondering, do you
things.
hobble around this slow and useless every day?
No, I was fine. We got there together. My legs were good. My mindset was good. It was going to be a great day. So we're sitting at a folding table. There's this room, and we're at this table and a chair, and I printed something, and I had to go to the printer. And I stood up, and the bone in my knee came out, and it moved around out of the joint. And then I started to stumble because obviously you can't stand if your bones aren't in place. And when my fat started to collapse because of my knee, it forced the bone back into place. I thought my life ended. It was
cringe.
So painful. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I couldn't sit back down in the chair because I stood up and started to move. And then the leg gave way and I stumbled and I made it about 5 feet away and sat in another chair. And my boss is looking at me like,
what is wrong with you?
And then I start talking all fast because, how do you explain that? I was like, I don't know what happened. My knee just broke. And I couldn't hardly walk on it all day. This is what it felt like. Have you ever had your arm, imagine you're making the muscle. You're trying to show off your guns, like that movement. And then you go to straighten your arm out.
Guns.
Yes. Wow. You go to straighten your arm out and your elbow it locks and then it pops.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And that's what I thought had happened at first. So I was like, okay, this hurts really bad. But just like my arm, it'll fix itself. It'll feel better in a few minutes. And it did not.
Except you're not 23 anymore.
Yeah. So I got home, I finally got to take my pants off and looked at my knee. And it was swole up the size of a softball. All I did was stand up. I didn't
walk to the printer.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. I wasn't trying to.
I stood up because there was someone across the room choking, and I went to go save their life.
Yeah, no.
You're like, I stood up because I had to
didn't
get
hurt
something
my
on the
knee.
printer.
Pulling a baby out of a burning building, rescuing a cat out of a tree. I was trying to get a sheet of paper. I stood up. And between fat and old age, my knee just says, I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, and it made this god-awful noise. And then I just felt like I went limp. Like my whole body went limp. And I shook. Like I was going into seizures or something. It was out of control.
All in front of your boss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I don't hide things from my boss in any way. I probably tell him too much about my personal life, just because it's just crazy.
Should I be concerned?
No, it's the same stuff we talk about on the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should probably be concerned.
Maybe. Sometimes I think he just might go, I don't know if I can believe this guy anymore. This much crazy stuff can happen to one person, And then he sees me just collapse. Just from old age and fat. And I'm not even that old, man. I'm only 34. Am I 34? Yeah, 34. I'm 34 and my knee bone came out when I stood up. That's out of control.
I think something happens in the universe when you turn 30. You just cross over this invisible mark. Everything just starts to hurt.
Yeah.
And pop.
Right.
Shift.
Just wake up and your armpits hurt and you're like, man, I didn't go parasailing yesterday. What is wrong with me?
Those mystery aches.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That happened really last week. I woke up, my one arm, only one. So I knew it wasn't from working out or anything like that. It was just one arm was sore. And I was like, was that a fight? What happened? I couldn't remember for the life of me why my arm was so sore. And I was going over the previous couple days. I was like, what did I do?
Straightened your hair or something like that. Some menial task.
I was like, I used the Weedeater.
Oh, that's what it was.
Around the backyard.
Yeah, I did yard work and now I can't
And now breathe. I can't. My arm feels like it's going to just come off.
That Weedeater's heavy though. The one we have, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, but I only did around the inside of the backyard and, the stuff in it. I was weeding and by like the air conditioner thing, and there was a family of frogs.
Did you weed eat frogs?
I did by accident. I didn't know they were there.
With the new weed eater, the big one?
See, okay, I was mowing.
Wait, hang on. Did you with the new weed eater?
Yes.
Oh.
I think, okay, I kept seeing little baby frogs all over the yard, and I was like, some frog done
You
come up in my
weed-eated
yard.
baby frogs?
No, listen. I kept seeing the baby frogs, but they're fast. They get out the way. But I get over there.
You're just walking through the yard. just
mowing them down.
Frogs are jumping everywhere.
Blood splattering everywhere.
And you're just like, they'll get out the way.
So I get in that corner over there, and the grass is high, and I think the mama frog was trying to jump out of the way.
Yeah. No, she was probably trying to protect her babies from the crazy lady with the weed eater.
Oh, my God. All I know is I'm weed eating, and there's this huge frog that jumps up and lands on its back and just lays there like sprawled out. And I was like, oh, my God, that's the mama frog. There's little baby frogs everywhere that need to be taken care of, and I done killed the mama frog. And so I dropped the weed. I mean, I didn't like throw it. I put it down very quickly, and I was like, oh, and the kids are out there playing. They didn't see what happened, but they were there playing, and they heard me go, oh my God. So they run over there, and they're all like, is it dead? Is it dead, Mommy? And I was like, I don't know. I think I killed it. And I stayed with it for a while, and I was scared to poke it.
You stayed with the frog?
Yeah.
Like you tried to nurse it back? Did you give it mouth to mouth or something?
No, I watched it, and I didn't want to poke it in case it was like alive but injured, and I didn't want to like hurt it.
Yeah.
But I saw it twitch, and I was like, okay, it's not dead. And I was like, are you okay, little frog? Hop away.
And he's just laying on his back.
Yes.
Like a martyr.
Well, and finally, I walk away, and then I came back a few minutes later to check on it, and I kept checking on it, and it finally, it got up, and it hopped, like a foot over. And then I went to check on it the next morning, and it wasn't there. I didn't ever find it.
Yeah, it wandered off to die.
I don't know whatever happened, but I felt so bad.
Did it ever cross your mind to, just go ahead and
put it, and what was I supposed to do?
I don't know.
It was like this big.
You could have I don't know. Not hit it with the weed eater again.
I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh. Let me ask you one question. The whole time you were weed eating the backyard, if you had to give me a number, how many frogs just croaked?
You funny.
Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. If you enjoy listening to us babble on about frogs and buttholes, then go on over to patreon.com and become a member of our little kingdom for as little as $1. For $1, you will gain access to over 20 bonus episodes. And we are actually doing this weird thing in our house right now between Katie and I, where we call it a 30-day challenge. And we have these things set up that we want to make sure that we accomplish within 30 days. And putting up a few new Patreon episodes is one of those goals. So we're going to make sure we're doing it for you. We're going to make sure we're giving you new content, new things to laugh about, and then maybe even some things not to laugh about. We had thought about doing some historical stuff, just having fun with it, because we can do all kinds of things on the Patreon page that we really can't do right here. So go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Does the thought of space and the future scare you at all? Not the same kind of scare with the fish. By the way, I do like fish. I just like them sticked. But no, seriously.
I mean, of course, the future. Like, how far into the future?
Oh, I'm not talking about our future. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about our future. I'm talking about how I've been sitting up at night watching Star Trek, and I'm assuming that that's the way it's going to go. That in 200 or 300 years, people are going to be studying us the same exact way that we study people of our past, like World War II and the Civil War and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's scary. What are they going to say?
Because let me tell you what they say about World War II. It was a time of, honor. It was a time of just horrible pain and suffering, and the world doing everything it could to make itself right while expending lives of countless, or not even countless, there's a number. You know what I mean? Like large numbers of lives that were lost to make the world a better place. And people are going to look at our time period and go, man, they ate a lot of peanut butter. Like,
yeah,
the amount of peanut butter that comes through and around our society is out of control. It's like one of the main things. Like when you learn about people,
because there's so many delicious things to do with it.
You learn about people's cultures and like, you know, groups of people that existed here and here and here, and they go, oh, their main diet consisted of fish and vegetables, and like our thing is peanut butter. We like peanut butter to such an extent that they just started putting it in jars and just shipping it out to us. Like, how many times have you opened up a jar of peanut butter and just put a spoon in and just ate some peanut butter without doing anything with it?
Pretty much
every time?
Like
all the times? Yeah.
Oh, ain't nothing like opening a fresh jar of peanut butter and it's all smooth across the top.
And that thought is based around something that I like. Something that's good. You know, peanut butter, it's delicious. It's great. We apologize for any listeners that may have peanut butter allergies and they can't enjoy the sensation of us talking about delicious peanut butter. Okay. What about the things that maybe we'll be embarrassed about? You know?
Like, I feel like
Instagram.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. It's like social media and just the way that people use it. I think hundreds of years from now, and they're going to look back and go, they posted all these pictures of themselves making faces like a duck and their dinners and their shoes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they hated each other.
And it was not real pictures. Everything had they call
Insta-filters.
Filters.
Yeah.
No, they were not professionally edited photos. Mm-mm. It's called a filter.
Yeah, filter.
You know, it gives you like fairy wings and good eyelashes and things.
Look, this one looks like a dog. You know,
and we're so amused by it.
We are. They made themselves look old, and they put pictures of it everywhere.
I'm just saying the face swapping one is hilarious. It never gets old.
Do you think it's going to die off soon?
I do.
I mean, like the whole thing.
Maybe, no, I don't think it's ever going to, like, I don't think we'll ever see a day where, like, social media is just, like, gone.
Do you think it'll evolve into something that's manageable?
I feel like we reached this peak, like, almost like this peak of stupidity, if you will, where we're like, okay, we got to tone it down, guys. This is going way too far. Maybe. I hope. I don't know. I don't know.
I just feel like I hate the fact that there's going to be so many bad things that come out of this time period versus the good things, you know? But there's a lot of really good things that are coming out. I mean, let's be honest. Even with all the stupidity out there and the, you know, I love Trump, I hate Trump, you know, impeachment, all of this crazy stuff that has taken so much of people's thoughts. It's the best time in the world ever. We're living in the best time ever. There's no other point in time that had it as good as we have it right now. And all we do is complain.
True.
We complain, we hate.
I feel like, and I don't like the way like, this is a comedy podcast. I feel like this has turned way too serious. It's like, the more we have, the less content we are, which doesn't make sense.
No.
You know, like, as a society, like, the more we have, the less content we are. Do you remember when you used to be happy about your new flip phone and you would have it for like 8 years?
Oh, yeah.
Because it would still work.
Yeah.
But now we got these fancy smartphones and you're like, after a year, it's a piece of junk. But it's okay because you want the newest one anyway. So you might as well upgrade. Yeah. Like, you know, like stuff like that.
This phone only plays blockbuster movies in 720 when it should be 1080. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a sad way to live, though.
It's out of control. Just think about the games that we play on our phones and how attached.
Oh my gosh! Do you remember
the Dine and Dashes, the Candy Crushers?
No, like way back in the day when you first had games on cell phones, and it was like, what was the snake game?
I know what you're talking about. I know the name of it.
And I remember this one game I used to play all the time. It was just like a matching game.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the screen was green with just black letters and stuff. You know, there was no color. You probably couldn't even take pictures. You know, but it had games, and you were like, "Oh, this is so fun."
I remember when I got a bowling game for the first time, one of those old Nokia phones, and it was in color.
Oh,
I was like, "Whoa, this is
mind blowing!"
I bet I played that bowling game for days, because it was new and it was exciting, but it was different. It's different than what it is now. Now there's an addiction to it. You know, I play that game, Puzzle Quest, Marvel's Puzzle Quest. This game
is so addictive. Oh my goodness!
I only play this game for about 10 minutes a day, but I play it every day, almost without fail. This game, every day that you log in, you get like a gift. I don't know what they call it. Some kind of like, I don't know, welcome back.
Your like, your Dropbox, your resupply.
You get a resupply. Every day that you play the game, at least one time, you get a resupply thing. And it could be like a card or some health, coins, I don't know, whatever. Just, but there's a different thing every day. And it counts.
A present.
Yeah, and it counts the days. And I'm on day 1728. And the game is not that complicated. It's like Tetris on steroids. That's all it is.
There is a lot to the game, though. And I think
my point is, tomorrow, if I got up and didn't play that game, it would bother me.
It would rock your world.
Yeah, it would bother me. But I won't have that's not going to happen because I've donated that game to Poop Time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's when I play it. I mean, think about like this Minecraft thing that's going on in the world. Fortnite. It's weird. Do you think our thumbs are going to evolve as a species?
You know, if we keep going the way we are...
Like 100 years from now, our thumbs move at like 300 miles an hour. Just, you know what I mean? By that point, though, you won't even have cell phones. It'll just be in your mind. You just stare at a wall and just see things that other people can't see. Except for the companies. They'll be able to see it. They'll be able to see your thoughts.
Hear it.
Yeah. They'll be able to taste your brain. That's how into us this technology is going to get. We have to figure out a way to bring it down. So go to Facebook and like our Facebook page. That's the Bob and Katie Show. Oh, man. It's out of control, right? I would love for us to be able to make some kind of impact. Like I want to do something before I leave this place, you know?
It's a scary thought to think about how you'll be remembered.
Yeah.
What are you going to be remembered for?
That's a chubby guy that told fart jokes on a podcast.
You know, everybody has
I'm okay with it, though. Everybody
has an idea of what you want to be remembered for, but what you actually get remembered for, that's not... That varies from person to person, interaction to interaction. You know, but it's a scary thought to think when you're not here anymore, you can't control how people remember you.
No. Like I said,
that's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
These space people that are going to be flying around, like just investigating what it was like for us here, all they're going to be able to see is this digital stuff that we put out. They're going to be like, man, everybody here hated each other. When I don't believe that's true. I don't. I believe right now, if we all just got off of the social media for like a week and just walked around and talked to each other, nobody would say any mean stuff to you. It would be like, hey, how are you doing today? You know?
Yeah.
But when people research us in the future, they can't see that. They can't see how we interact in person. They just see these egos that we've built up online. You know, these things that we're so quick to say to somebody. Mm-hmm. You know, we're so quick to have an opinion and to draw attention for whatever reason, and that's what people are going to see from us, and it's it's horrible. They're just gonna be like, they hated each other and they ate all the peanut butter in the world. They put peanut butter on everything and they hated each other. And then they took pictures of the peanut butter and they put it on social media, and it was this big vicious circle. And likes, good Lord, the likes is how companies gauge their talent now. And that's nuts. That's insane.
It's it grosses me out.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
I mean, just think about music, you know? How many great bands are out there that we'll never hear simply because they didn't have enough people hit the like button.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know? Think about how many bands are out there that suck and they're making millions of dollars because people are hitting the like button. For what reason, we have no idea.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. How about this? Let's circle back around for a second. And let's talk about my knee bone popping out one more time.
Okay, that's fun.
Do you think that's the moment in my life as I'm getting older that now I'm going to start being able to tell when the storms are coming?
Oh, maybe.
You have to remind me. And like, just one night if I'm like, my knee kind of hurts a little bit, we'll have to check the weather. Because it's been, I don't know what, 9 days maybe since that happened?
I don't know.
And my knee still feels weird, like to the touch, like
it's tender.
Yeah, no, not that it's tender. You know how I'm real fat now, but I used to be like real fat, you know, because that was like 85 pounds ago. And as I'm getting smaller, my skin is kind of. You were making fun of me about all the toys, and you just playing with them. My skin's getting looser, you know, because of the fat. And it's kind of like my knee swole up real bad, and now it's going back.
Like it stretched out?
Yeah. And now it's just kind of like loose feeling. Like I need to do some knee exercises to tighten my skin back up. I don't know. How about this? We just take my crippled knee, go get these kids, have some dinner, see if we can't have a good night. How's that sound?
Fantastic.
Awesome. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.